Hi, this is Ken Renner here with Bob Guest, Mega Agent with Keller Williams in Cedar Park area, and I'm just glad to sit down with Bob, and we're gonna do a live coaching session here on how to get set up in video and do everything that I've been able to do with my video channel that now has over 11 million views and is a #1 ranked channel in the nation for real estate. This is my video quick start guide you can download. It's videoquickstartguide.com, and I have several versions coming out right now. We have the real estate version, and then we have the business and professionals, and we'll have several others coming. And this is a really good way to get started. Bob is a good friend of mine. He's been in the business for how long, Bob?
15 years.
About 15 years, okay. And I know you have something that's a unique thing that I looked up online, and that you used to be a submarine pilot?
Yep, submarine officer, nuclear engineering officer.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of Bob driving a nuclear submarine. So how you went from nuclear submarine to real estate, I don't know, but it's a pretty good visual. How long were you in the military?
I was 5 years after I graduated from the Naval Academy.
Okay, so one of the things that's set him up well for real estate is discipline. So you definitely, do you get your 3 hours of lead generation in a day?
Pretty much. 2 to 3 every day.
All right, that's awesome. One of the things I want to talk about in lead generation real estate, one of the things we do want to talk is that video is great for what we're going to be doing. We're talking about to get your name out there, but one thing we don't want to let it bite into is your lead generation time. And as Gary Keller says, is that if you're not lead generating, you're working for minimum wage. So we want to always say lead generation first, because you can get wrapped up and enamored with playing with these video cameras and stuff like that, and it can end up being fun, but not as profitable as your lead generation time. So one of the things about video marketing, getting your videos to the top of the search engines, I always encourage people, it's not one of those things where it's a vending machine. In other words, where it's like, oh, if you run a Craigslist with a low price on a property, you're going to get call after call after call. But the calls that do come in are really high quality. They're really high quality calls, and a lot of times they're already sold. So there's a couple ways you can use just this setup. We're doing kind of a conference room setup where I'm going to demonstrate things, and that's also a really good way to maybe do what's called a co-branding video, which is talked about in my book of the 10 types of videos that make you money. You can get with one of your vendors. You've got a loan officer here with United Lending. You could get with your inspectors, your title people, your closing attorney, or whoever, and do a video like this. And that way you're able to talk, they can talk about their stuff, you can talk about your stuff, talk about the state, just like we talked about the state of the market, how things have kind of changed in our market.
Right.
And then that's really cool, because they've got a product now, they've got a video, and they could put it on their Facebook, and that's what you encourage them to do, and send it out to them. So we're going to talk to Bob a little bit about some filming techniques too. This is instructional, so I'm facing you and I'm talking to you as if you were sitting in the room. There are other types of videos when you're talking about a story, maybe you're talking about a closing story or something, you would want to do something maybe where you'll notice in the History Channel or CNN or whatever they have, when they have somebody wanting to tell a story about their experience, they have it in what's called the rule of thirds. They have you off center by a third.
I've heard of that.
And you also are talking not at the camera, but just off camera, like you're talking, like Daniel here is videotaping me. It's like I'm talking to Daniel because I'm telling a story, and the camera becomes a observer. And this is one of the great ways for you to get over camera shyness. Because a lot of times I go with, I do videos with my chiropractor, my doctor, the pizza place owner, and to build rapport and co-brand with those. And a lot of times they're not ready. They're camera shy. They can't do this. So the way to do that is if you're gonna interview somebody that is kind of like, I don't want to do this, it's really easy to set up the camera, and then Bob, you talk to them and ask them questions. Hey, so how did you get started in chiropractic? Then they tell their story. Oh, I've been in chiropractic, and I'll show you one of those videos that we have that, and they're just answering questions as if they were asking a patient. That'll free you up from, and then you can edit the questions out if you want to, but a lot of times we just leave them in there because it's kind of, and then I usually do an intro of say, hey, here's my Lakeway chiropractor, and then I get them I mean, you go to Lakeway Chiropractor and Google, and you're going to find her video at the top of both Google and of YouTube. Right, so we got some things. Bob asked me, he hasn't done video except for just his family and stuff like that. Well, we're going to get him going in business here, and we've got some tools that they're going to go. You can get set up for really, honestly, for less than $200. We're going to go a little bit more with Bob. It's about total of about $250 worth of stuff. You can even do plenty of great video with a smartphone, with a iPhone. Takes great pictures. I have the Samsung Galaxy 3, takes great video, and you can upload your stuff directly to YouTube directly from the Wi-Fi, right from your smartphones. So that's a great way to get started, along with webcams. And we have webcams. All of our laptops have webcams and things like that. So it's really easy to get started in video. One of the things I've done that I felt that's more important is to have a separate video camera from my phone, because first of all, I'm in real estate. I want to take those calls to take a call from a listing prospect. I don't want to have my primary video device being the one that I also communicate with. Now, one of the things I learned that was cool is if you are using your iPhone for a video, you can put it on airplane mode, and therefore the calls that come in will go directly to your voicemail. So if you're taking a video of a house or whatever, or a client at a closing, put it on airplane mode and it won't ring. So that's kind of a neat thing. Let's see. What I always try to do with my video cameras is try to get it to a place where you want your clients to be. And that would be really one of the best videos you can make is a testimonial video. And the two places I want my clients is going to be, well, a couple of places. Either signing a contract, or at the closing table, or in my car. So I do a lot of videos with my smartphone in my car. It's got a forward-facing camera, and I just talk to it as if I was talking to you or a client, and then upload it. And that way, and it could be a little news item, talk about the market. It could be like I talked about Apple jobs, and then I just held my smartphone out and talked to it. Comes up with a great quick video. One of the things that's not good about these phones is it doesn't have a place to put a tripod jack, and so that's one of the things that we're going to show you on some of these puppies here. The unfortunate thing is that these mini video cams are going out. They're pretty much going out of business, and the reason is the smartphones and the iPads have gotten such good quality video that these are becoming obsolete. But I still like them, and you can still find them. This is a Cisco Flip. Right now is something I use a lot. It's got what's important because I can put it on a tripod, therefore I don't have to have a third person, which you can't really do with a smaRtphone. And so we put that on the tripod mount on there, and you can get a little tripod like this one was $8 from Office Max. I just picked it up. Or this guy here was Vivitar 50-inch. It's $15. And now you've got a tripod, and what that allows you to do is to not have to have a third person holding a camera like Daniel is right here. So I won't open it. You know what a tripod is. And so these are really easy if you can still get them, but they're starting to get very, very expensive because they're almost like collector's items now. So there are a few out there. I think Sony still makes a good one. Samsung still makes a good one that you could use. And there's still there are other camera makers like the point and shoot. Daniel's shooting with a high-end Canon camera, but there's those point and shoots that you would use for taking virtual tour pictures. Mm-hmm. And those now have 29 minutes of high-def video. So you got a nice little point-and-shoot camera for a couple $100 and something that also does video. These kinds of cameras, high-end, great quality, they're not for the faint of heart. You really need, I mean, I've had this for a month and I still don't know how to use it. But the camera that we've got, the little flip camera here, I mean, point, shoot, turn on, and go. The only thing is it has limitations, and one of the limitations is its audio. It's great for something like this, but other than that, it's probably not all that great. The ZI-8, this is the Kodak ZI-8 here. One of the things that really like about it, it's got a nice big screen for those that are passing 50, like me. It's also, let's see, I guess we don't have, it's also got a place for an SD card, so that's your memory, and we've got Bob a 8 gig memory card, which we'll put in there. This is great because you can take the memory card out and boom, put it in your laptop and you're ready to go. So it's as easy as that, is that you don't have to do a whole lot of, no more wires, right? Let's see, what else has it got? It's got, if you don't want to use the SD card to plug into your laptop, you can use the USB port. Just as easy. Plug it right in there.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got the tripod mount. And if you are using an iPhone, you can go to a website called HD Hat. That's HD, Hairy Dog, HD Hat. I think it's hdhat.com. And they've got all kinds of devices for iPhones and iPads that you can get attachments so you can actually use them for your main camera. All right, back to ZI-8. Let's see what else it's got. It's got a battery case. Just opens up. You can buy extra batteries if you want, if they're still around. Kodak went out of business a couple of years ago, but they still made great cameras. It's got some pretty good settings. You can go up to 1080p, it means it's going to do high quality video as good as something you can put on a regular widescreen HD. I usually do 720. Because HD, you don't need any, for video, especially YouTube, you don't need anything higher than 720 right now. Maybe someday, but we just go with the, and that'll keep, the higher you go on the resolution, the shorter the memory is on your memory card. So you might get, for the low res, you could, like for just WGA, you could end up with 4 or 5 hours on an 8 gig thing. 720 might get you an hour and a half, but it's going to have really good quality. And so I would do 720 and 60 frames per second, right, Daniel? Okay, little trash can, so you can edit. They'll have the videos that'll pop up there, and you can trash them as you go if you don't like what you got. Just a point and shoot, turn on, click it on, click off. The camera, it also shoots great pictures. So if you want to, we did like SeaWorld trip, and we would do the video, but then we could snap away thousands of pictures because and it's a pretty good thing. It's pretty good quality for what it is. And then just a play button. More features on this side is you can plug it directly into a nice widescreen TV. So you can plug it in directly to that. If you had a client you wanted to demonstrate right then and there. The other thing that's nice about this that the Flip doesn't have is a power cord. So you can plug directly in and get unlimited. This happens to be the USB portion. And then you can plug a regular power cord in here, and that way, like this camera running here will run as long as there's memory. So that's why this camera has got a lot of value to it, and they're actually right now, what I saw on Amazon.com, they're like $500. You don't have to spend more than $200 for one of these. Go with the Sony or get the Bloggie or the Samsung or a point and shoot. But if you can't find one of these, get one of these. But don't spend too much on it. Okay, does that make sense, Bob? Mm-hmm. Okay, so once again, what we're going to do here is Video Quick Start Guide. The first thing we have to have is a YouTube channel, and Bob had set up a YouTube channel. We're going to take a look at that, make sure it's the one that we want. But YouTube is the 800-pound gorilla for video marketing, and Google owns YouTube, so it favors it in the search engines, and you go right to the top of the search engines using Google. And we'll also show you some of the techniques, like how to title and tag the videos. I'd kind of go over, while we're talking here, the different types of videos that I cover in the little guide here that make you money. First is a property or neighborhood video. This is a no-brainer. If you've got a listing, you can use that. We do a lot of videos with our photographs, with our virtual tour photographs, because they're high quality. So you might do something when we're really busy, we don't usually want to do a whole video of a property. It's not worth our time. So the best thing we'd do is just maybe if you want to personalize it and say, "Hi, this is Bob Guest, got this new listing in Forest Oaks. I just wanted to share it with you. I never put the price on because that's going to change. And I said, whenever you're in the Forest Oaks area, call me first, Bob Guest. 512-1212, and that way you got your call to action. Because in video marketing, they usually people don't watch more than 30 seconds. So get your call to action and your phone number. Call me. That's what I always say. Call me first. 512-423-5626. So that way you get your call to action, and then the length of videos that you want to make is, I liken it to advertising. Okay, commercials are 30, 60 seconds. So if it's just a message like, hey, this is Bob Guest, and we'll let you know the market is heated up or it's slowed down in the month of June, just to get your home on the market before school starts, or whatever it is, your pitch, and whatever that news item that you're giving out. Make it quick, 30, 60 seconds. Funny if you can. Make it funny if there's any.
I'm in trouble there.
Wait, I'm losing hair over this market. Yeah, so the other thing for like virtual tours and stuff, it's okay to go for 3-5 minutes. I liken it like a song. People are willing to listen to a song for 3 to 5 minutes. So you can go, and then on a luxury property, you can go even longer just to feature the whole thing. And so then if for an instructional like this, it's okay to go half an hour or an hour. Like I do a lot of webinars that I record the webinar and then put that on YouTube, and now I've got this instructional webinar video that's out there. Last September I did one, and my client from Steiner Ranch watched it. She watched a bunch of my videos. She became totally excited about investing in real estate. She had inheritance and money coming in. Her husband works at Dell. They own property from outside the country, so they were familiar with investing, but they hadn't bought anything here. She said, I watched all of your videos, and it was and so the video did the sales job. She's on her third property this summer in Steiner Ranch. So that was definitely worth. They're $250,000 and $300,000 houses. So just to pick up one client like that for all the efforts that you do in video is totally worth the time in doing it. So there's a testimonial video at the closing table. Hey, do you mind if I take a quick video of you guys closing, and can you make a comment about your transaction? Especially if there's something unusual about the transaction, maybe a problem that you covered that was, that you were able to solve for them. That's always a from-to story in the speaking industry is always good. We came from this, we weren't able to get qualified. The lady from Steiner had a from-to story having to do with that bank we won't mention any names, but B of A. That just was I told her don't use it, or you're gonna have troubles at the end. And sure enough, 2 days before closing, we weren't able to close, but we overcame it, and we were able to solve the problem. And that's maybe the story that you want to tell at the close. Yeah, Bob, we had this deal. It was great. You got us a great property, and then all of a sudden, at the very end, the bank didn't, come through or ask for tax returns at the last minute. We weren't going to close on time, and the moving van was pulling up. But Bob stepped up there, rolled up his sleeves, and we were just so happy about that. That testimonial video is way more powerful than you talking about how great you are. And then you ask them, and this is what we've been doing. Here's another video I didn't even put on here, is a change of address video. So we just went to Northwoods at Avery Ranch. I just closing my first one. That's the new section there tomorrow, and we did a video of the client in front of the house. We were doing the walkthrough, so they're both there, and did a video of them, and really just kind of had them, hey, do you mind standing in front of the house and make a quick video? Hey, here's our new house located at 123 Main Street. I'm really happy about it. And that's all they have to do. Then you had already taken pictures all throughout the house, or you had the virtual tour or whatever, and then just say, and then you can put that together and give it kind of as a closing gift. And you go, here, can you pass this out to your Facebook, telling everybody about your new home? And obviously you're co-branding yourself along with them, the Bob Guest team. And here's our new. I mean, if they have they can show all their friends this new house they just bought. They're excited, and then they're going to do the marketing for you. They're going to send it to mom back in Michigan. You know, I send an email of that link. And one of the things I always do just to keep us out of trouble and ethically right, as I asked you earlier, is it okay if I use this video on YouTube? Because I want to make sure that we get permission. I don't get any kind of written release or anything that lawyers would probably say that you'd need, but really I talked to a couple of attorneys and they said that you if you get them to admit and it's okay for you to use it on YouTube, that's fine. And I like to use that. Those are tools you can use for listing presentations. Another good one is a pre-listing video. And I think we've heard that at some of the mega camps and family reunions about how some of the bigger agents will do a video and then a presentation, maybe a mini listing presentation that they got canned, and go ahead and send it ahead of time to their client along with the pre-listing package. We just did our Meet the Team video. That will be one of our pre-listing or pre-buyer letters or emails that we send out. Say, hey, we just want to let you know we have a team for you. And one of the good things about that Meet the Team is they now know that I'm not the only person they can call or should be calling. They know that my transaction coordinator is going to be involved, Stephanie's going to be involved, Mary's going to be involved, and that way it's already training them. You know, our big problem in being big agents is they always want to just talk to us, right? So we're going to train our clients to go ahead and talk to, do a Meet the Team. Educational videos are great. This is an educational video example right here. Transactional videos. Oh, this is great, Bob. You're going to love this. When the inspection goes south and the inspector was overzealous and the buyer's out of town or is not available to, and they saw this inspection report, I went over with the contract, their contractor, the other client, the buyer's contractor, and I was listing agent, and I said, go ahead and show me, here's the inspection, show me what this is going to cost and tell me the solution. We did that on video, and that saved the deal, because it was like, oh, okay, that's not a big deal. Have your inspector talk about arc fault circuit interrupters and explain that to the people back in India. And that way it's not you talking about arc fault circuit interrupters. A PR video, you've probably seen my hospital videos. Stand in front of, I did one for Apple. It ranks really high on the search engines. Just be a news person for your community. The co-branding, we talked about that earlier. Get with your title company and have them co-brand with you and make sure that it could be co-branding with anything, including my doctor, my lawyer. Really great to co-brand with your clients. One of my clients is the Lakeway doctor, and he picked up 3 patients from the videos that I posted. Now my phone number's on there and my connect, but the 3 patients that he picked up, what's the lifetime value of a patient? Pretty high for a doctor. And I was able to be able to leverage that, and now he sends me his referrals. Okay, let's take a look at some other stuff here. The types of videos. A sandwich video, you can take Jay Papasan's This Month in Real Estate. Mm-hmm. And this is Bob Guest. I just want to let you know about Jay Papasan, best-selling author with the Millionaire Real Estate Investor or Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And he's going to talk a little bit about the market. And then you sandwich his video right there. He talks for 2 minutes about the state of the industry and what's going on in the market. And it wasn't that great information from Jay Papasan. It takes you 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And one of the things we're going to show, Bob, is to how to snatch those videos off the web. And Jay has given us permission to use those videos. Now, you don't want to be snatching videos off the internet that you don't have permission to use. My little disclaimer there. Even though people do it all the time. And another one's a lifestyle video, and that's a little more complicated. That's where you actually put actors, or you're the actor in the scene at the house. So those are the 10 types of videos that make you money. And the first one I would start off with is the transactional. And the second one would be the property video, because first one would be the testimonial, because you're going to a closing. and then it just gets you in the habit of, okay, where I'm going to closing tomorrow, and I'm taking that video, and then I'm going to send them a video of them at closing with their change of address video, with all their house, and with my little pitch, and let them sell it for me. And of course they're going to send, these people work for a major high-tech company. I hope they just send it out to all their friends saying, hey, this is what we bought. Some people are a little more private. They don't want everybody to know about what they bought. But I think this cow has already been referring me people, so I hope she's going to be happy with that. But testimonials are great. Then the property, and then maybe even some neighborhoods. I know you're big in Stone Canyon, and I would do a video about Stone Canyon. You don't even have to get in your car and go over there. You could do like we talked about, we're going to show you how to do screen capture. You could do Google Earth and then bring up some pictures that you already have of Stone Canyon and just talk about it. You don't even have to be on camera to do that. What a great way to be in the air conditioning and do a video about the neighborhood. So what you have to do in all this is pick your priorities and time block what you're going to do and not let it eat into the other things like lead generation and things like that. And unfortunately, I'm guilty of that because I enjoy doing video, but it's now really starting to pay off. I kind of blazed the trail for this. Now, I mean, you'll be my competition, but that's okay. I mean, you're my coaching client. You've always been my competition, but you're also a good friend. So there's no problem. There's plenty of real estate to go around, and we all can get our unfair share. So
right.
Once again, you can go to vidcoaching.com to learn more about what I just did here with Bob, and also get your free video quick start guide at videoquickstartguide.com. So now Bob's got all the tools that he needs to create video and at least get it on disc. It used to be get it on film, and now we're going to go to the computer side of things so we can get these videos up and running and then out to the world. Okay? All right, thanks.